All right, time to use the knowledge we have learned in Sheets about how to make graphs and use another spreadsheet program called Numbers and our same data and make new graphs. This is the data that we'll use, and these are the types of graphs that we're going to create. Notice they're very similar. Before we get started though, let's remember our goals. I can change the color of a graph. I can label the values in a graph. So here we go. What you need to do is click on Numbers and open that up. And when it opens, it will open looking like this. And you're going to say blank, double click on the blank, and then say File, Save. And you are going to call this Charts in Numbers, and I want you to save it in your Computer Apps folder. If your Computer Apps folder doesn't show up here as a choice, then click on this arrow right here, and then you should be able to click on your Documents, and in your Documents you should be able to find your Computer Apps folder. Mine is listed by date modified. If you click here, they'll be listed. If you click on name, they'll be listed in alphabetical order. And then you can click on your folder and say save. I'll say cancel because obviously I've already saved it. Okay, I'll pause here for a moment while you go get that started and saved. Okay, next step. I am going to go to my Google Doc that is called Heart Rate. I'll take compact off so you can see that. Remember, you called it Heart Rate. I'm going to put my compact back on. And here's what we have to do to get our data. You're going to click in A1, then you're going to click and hold your click in A1, go all the way down through C8 or however far your data goes, and copy it. Command C. You'll know you got it because there'll be dashed lines all the way around it. Command Tab to get to Numbers. Then you're going to click in A1 just one time, so you just click on it to choose it. If you double click, then you'll see a little cursor in there, and then this won't work. So you need to click somewhere else. So click once on A1, no cursor, Command Velcro, and now we have all our data. I'm going to make mine smaller just so you can see it all in one place. Hold on, let me find where, there we go. We'll move it there, that's much better. Okay. So this is called, let me go work on the one where I have, never mind. Okay, so here's your chart. First thing we did before was to make a bar graph. So just like before, we click in A1, we hold our click, we drag down through C8, and this time the quick button is right here. It says Chart. Click on Chart. We're going to make a bar graph going vertical, and then it automatically sets our bar graph down at the bottom. If you look back up here, here's still our numbers, and here's our bar graph. Okay, so going back to our goal, I can change the color of a graph. Right, before to change the color, we clicked on the individual bar, and we tried to change color there. Doing that, I don't see color as a choice. Let's go back to having clicked on the whole chart. Clicking on the whole chart. Aha, chart colors. So I go here, and I can choose any combination I want. Notice there's arrows to take me to other combinations. Well, that's kind of bland. You play around until you find a combo that you like. I'll live with that. Okay, what was our other goal? I can label the values in a graph. All right, so we've got, let's try clicking on an individual one. Let's see if we have some choices over here about labeling. Value labels. Same as source data. Hey, there we go. Let's go label the other one. Same as source data. And it was that easy. Now when we made our original ones, we went and made sure that they had a title and that each of the axes were labeled. So let's do that also. So where's our chart title? Let's try clicking on our chart. Let's go looking over here at our choices. How could we get a chart title? Here we go, title. It only wrote title, so I guess we're going to have to double click and put the title on it. Heart rate prior to, let's say heart rate before versus after exercise. This is our legend. Yes. In Numbers, you can pick up your legend and move it around. You can even use the arrows, the little boxes on the end to squish it. I'm going to do that, and I'm just going to move mine right here so it's kind of out of the way but still usable. You do that. Okay, now we need to label our axis. So I'm thinking we're going to have to click on the whole chart again. So here's my whole chart. We have a y-axis and an x-axis to label. So let's look around at our choices. Not seeing anything here. Let's look up here. Axis. Let's see what that has to say. Y, axis name. All right. We'll go over here, double click where it says value axis. And what was this? This was our beats per minute. Okay, now I need an x-axis label. Looking back over here again, here's my x-axis, name, and I'll go in there and I'll change that. Oops, escape, double click. Nope. Ah, there I'm in. And these were the dates that I did my exercise. So I just wrote date. So I have heart rate before and after exercise, and now I have a finished graph. I'm going to bring this graph and I'm just going to set him over here. And I'm going to, you should pause right now and finish your graph, and then we'll go on to making the line graph. Okay, we can just highlight this exact same data like we did in Sheets. So click in A1 and hold your click, drag through C8, go up here to make a chart. This time we're going to make a line graph. Going back to our goals, I can change the color of the graph. All right, so last time we just clicked on the line and it let us change the color. Oh, but that doesn't work here in Numbers. So let's let go and click our whole chart again. That's background fill. Let's go look again. So here we are on our line. That's a series. Well, let's get it labeled. Same as source. Let's get the other one labeled. Same as source. Now I want to change that color. I've already been to chart. That didn't help me because that's background color. What's in style? Aha! Ooh, but I have two here. I have the stroke and I have the connection fill. And I also have a fill for color fill. Well, let's see what's going on. Let's try my color fill. Pick an orange. Ooh, notice what that changed. That changed what was in the middle there. I think I'm just going to leave that alone. I'm going to change that back to white. What does stroke change? That just changes the label. Okay, well, I guess I want to change that to connection line. Let's change that to, so there we go. And I think I want to make this line thicker. And now let's go change the green one. Click. I'm going to go in here and get some fancier color. Oh, too close to the color I already had. Okay. And connection. There's a chance I can pick the same color twice. I think I actually just did. And maybe make that one bigger. These numbers are confusing. Let me show you something we're going to change. Right here in series, see where it says location? We couldn't do this in sheets. Center. Now it puts it right in the middle, which is a little hard to read at the moment, but we'll fix that. Let's do this one. So click on the line, location, center. Now I'm going to either have to make my numbers bigger or smaller to fit in that number, but boy, I'm not going to be able to read that, so I'm not going smaller. Command Z. Okay, so instead, let's make my line bigger. So clicking on my line, I think I was in style. Yes, I was. Let's make my stroke. Aha! Now my circle's nice and big and I can read that. Read the number that's in there. Let's click on this one and do the same thing. Perfect. All right, just as we made the ones in here, we need to get some labels on. So let's get this x-axis. Let's see, remember there's axis. We're on the x one, we need a name. And this was our date. Click on the whole chart again, go to the y-axis and get it a name. And this was our heart rate. Okay, why don't you pause the video right here and do this part, and then I'll come back and show you how to turn this in. Okay, to turn this in, here's what you're going to do. First of all, you're going to take your line graph and you're going to pick it up and you're going to drag it so that it goes up by your words. And then you're going to grab your line graph and you're going to do the same thing. Oops, I just got the... Hey, you know what we forgot? We forgot a label for that, a title for that. We better fix that. Okay, putting that back down here so I can fix that easily. Here's my chart, title. Heart rate before versus after exercise. And now I need to move my legend, picking that up. I'm just going to set that right there. I don't like these numbers. I wonder if I can change what order those are in. Let's go looking. Chart, axis labels. No. What if I just clicked on the whole chart? Chart, axis. Ooh, okay, so when I'm clicked on the whole chart and I go to axis, look what I can do. Say start at 0, and then maximum, my maximum was 110, so whatever your maximum is, add 10 to that and put that in. So 120 will be my maximum. Now force, it's counting 30, 60, 90, 120. That's not bad. Right here, that determines how many times it counts. I'm going to make that go up. Ooh, I like that. 20, 40, 60, 80. It's not right on it. That looks good. So make sure you did that too. All right, now I'm going to pick this one up and I'm going to take it up there. All right, now I am going to pretend to print this. Ready? I probably should save. So just do a save. Hold on, I got to pause for a second. Okay, getting ready to turn this in. So first of all, here's what I'm going to do. See these equal sign underneath the last number? Yours might not be 16, but there's an equal sign here. Click on that equal sign and drag this up until you only have one row underneath. Then, if you need to pick them up, pick up your two graphs, just click to hold, drag one so it's right underneath our data, and then pick up the other one and drag it so it's super close. Okay? This should make it fit to one. Oh, that says table 1. Let's click in there and label this, please. This is heart rate charts by Mrs. Kroll. You put your name. Okay? Now we're going to print these. So Command P. Notice it's going to show up as one sheet of paper. If yours shows up as more than one piece of paper, then you need to go down here and say Done. And you need to make your charts, grab them, grab the corners, make them slightly smaller, not too small though, so that it all fits on one sheet. Command P. Here it is. And then I'm going to say print. And I'm going to print this in the Media Center. Yours might come up asking for a password. Don't forget that's the same as your computer. Pick it up and turn it in. Put it in the blue basket by the tree. And you will have your first set done.